This episode of the Moms Network is brought to you in part by DuPage Medical Group. We care for you.
Welcome to the Moms Network, a talk show focused on all things mom-related. My co-hosts Patty, Sarita, Grace, and I would like to welcome Dr. Alicia Martin, a family medicine physician from DuPage Medical Group, as we discuss physical health for moms and children. Dr. Martin, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your practice?
Yes, my name is Alicia Martin. I am a mother of two. I have a 2-year-old and 4-year-old.
Right in the heart of it.
Yes, exactly. Right in the middle. But I practice family medicine here in Naperville with DuPage Medical Group. We love the aspect of family medicine that we do see that full range of patients, from newborns to the elderly, for all conditions, all different seasons, the whole family, which is a great aspect to be part of.
That's great. What are most people coming in for you? Is it a basic physical? Is it just a checkup? Is it something wrong? Is there kind of like the go-to what you primarily see on a daily basis, or it's all over the place?
Not at all. It is all over the place. Each day is different. But yes, ranging from your routine physicals to your well checks, to diabetes visits, blood pressure. I have a cold. I injured my foot, any of the above. So we see it all in family medicine.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, that's great. Do you have a primary care physician that you see here in town?
I do, yes. But truthfully, I've always depended on my OBG to get all of the details of my health history, and then she kind of recommends me to specific doctors if I need to see a specialist. But I have been on a search for a family practitioner for my whole family. So this is really great.
There you go.
It'd be nice to just go to one place for everyone, so that they know our family history. The doctor will also know what to look out for upcoming with our children, if there's anything that we need to be on the lookout for preventatively. So this is already really helpful.
Very good.
How about you,
raised
Patty?
a good point, because I have teenagers who are now phasing out of seeing their pediatrician.
Yep.
So that would be really great, to your point, just to have one doctor that has the family history and understands everyone.
Exactly. I get a lot of insights from different visits and different members of the family. So we kind of know what's going on kind of behind the scenes. If mom tells me one thing and child tells me something different.
I'm super nervous about my family practitioner. Because it's so true. Like, you probably see kind of the family dynamics and when your children turn 18 and they can go see the doctor without you, and what are they saying? Like, you can't say that. Like, you can't go back. Like, I wanted, when the first time my daughter did that, I wanted like a little meeting. I thought I got to meet with the doctor afterwards, and then I got to a little rundown. Like, so is she doing anything wrong? Or apparently you can't tell me that when they're 18.
Right. That HIPAA kind of gets in the way.
Just really gets in the parenting way after your children become adults. But it is nice to have one doctor that knows us all and knows and kind of has been with us from when our kids were little to, I don't want to say we're elderly, but I'm moving in that direction. So it's kind of nice to have somebody that's been with us the whole time.
I know one of the things that comes up in probably many of your visits is overall general health and how people are taking care of themselves, which ties into weight issues and stress levels and things like that. Sure. I know for myself, and I've spoken about this a little bit on different shows that we've hosted here, that I've had this journey of ups and downs with my weight, and sometimes I'm in a very healthy state where my body is pretty much regulated and at a good weight, and sometimes, like now, I'm a little heavier on the curve. Is that something you see a lot of in your practice?
Oh, I think that's very common. I think all of us, we go up and down. And I think it's just, how do we continue to encourage making those healthier choices when we can, trying to keep that exercise going, even depending on whatever season it is. It seems much easier in the summer, and then winter comes, holidays, treats, parties, it all gets out of control. And so how do we regulate and kind of moderation?
Well, you get to put the bulky sweaters on, so you don't really
And you got the jeans and the sweatshirts.
I feel this is my favorite season. I think this is what I live for all year round. Is right now. But it's true, like what tips do you have for, because we are going to the parties and we are around all greatness? What are your tips for making sure we don't get too much?
I think some of it is even planning ahead. So eating before you even show up at the party.
Yeah.
So having a meal so you're not starving and then eat all of the Cheetos. And then, but then also, yes, getting that small plate, going through the buffet once. Don't stand near the buffet. Step to the other side of the room so that you can have your one snack, enjoy some of the treats, but then say, all right, I've had my share. I've enjoyed what the host has provided. But not
taking little
overdone.
nibbles,
yes,
right?
Yes.
I have a tendency with my friends to like stand around the center island where they put all the food, and then it's just like you're just like
grazing.
Yeah, and it's mindless, and you're chatting, and you're having a good time, and so being intentional about the thought process of, hey, let me put a little food in my belly before I go, so I'm not ravenous when I get there, and then dive into things that you wouldn't normally eat or eat that much of.
Exactly.
And cheese.
Exactly.
Lots of cheese.
There's always lots of cheese. So good.
I always give myself a rule, especially when it comes to parties like that. Definitely eating ahead of time is so helpful, but also I'll bring a dish that I know is on the healthier side. It might not be the most popular, but if there are no other options, at least I brought something I know that is semi-healthy that I can snack on if I feel like I just want to be part of that community of social activity while also enjoying a glass of wine, but just having a little safety net. And 9 times out of 10, everyone is kind of like excited about it and not knowing that it's too healthy. So it works out really well.
That's a good chef.
Yeah.
That's a really good idea because I'm gluten free, and so a lot of times I will go, especially during the holidays, because appetizers aren't that gluten friendly, and so a lot of times I'll go places and there won't be a lot of options, and so you think in your head, and because I'm gluten free by choice, so you think in your head, I'm just going to have a little bit of this. That's always a bad idea. No, always. Like I'm waiting for you, like sometimes like give me some but no, it's always a bad idea. But bringing my own dish is a great way to get around that.
There's so many gluten-free options now too. You just have to seek them out versus assume they'll be available at your party.
Exactly. It's a great idea.
And I think even around the house during the holidays, limiting some of the snacks and unhealthy options, especially with my kids, rather than being after them, don't eat that extra brownie cookie. I find it's easier to just not have them available. So then you don't get it.
And when you go to the parties, it's kind of like, all right, I've maintained a little bit of decency and within my eating overall, and that you can splurge a little bit.
Exactly.
Talking about parties, bring up the concept of alcohol.
Yes.
I know when I've gone for all of my checks, my doctor has never asked me if I drink alcohol. Is that something that you or many family practitioners normally ask about?
So it is usually at your annual physical. One of our routine part of our questionnaire is, how much do you drink?
Yeah.
How often do you drink? How much do you drink at those times?
Is that where they lie?
Sometimes.
I know in my head I'm thinking of all the ways I could answer that in a good way.
Yes. So we do kind of trying to get a global assessment to see what are those risk factors, because that really affects other health. It affects our moods. So we do want to assess that, and because to really pay attention who maybe needs a little extra help in that area, and it's something to discuss and at least bring it up, because you may not. I have a glass of wine here, a glass of wine there. It adds up. So we do
and all of a
look at
sudden,
that.
really, it's I'm drinking every night, and I'm having a couple glasses, even maybe a bottle.
Yes.
Yes. I know a number of friends and people that I know that they come to me and they say, I'm at a place right now where I'm just not comfortable with how much I'm drinking. Not necessarily I'm an alcoholic, or I'm on that horrible slippery slope. I'm not taking a sip and ending up in a ditch, or losing my marriage or losing my job. But especially when you're in a town that has a lot of events and a lot of galas and a lot of networking opportunities.
Focuses with drinks.
It really does. I mean, that's kind of what seems like the primary. Like, here's the drinking, and then here's the event. So I know I've gone through different phases, and I'm in one now where I take breaks. Sometimes it's like I just want to make sure I can take that break, because it becomes something that happens multiple times a week, and then my eating goes off, and then my weight goes up if I do a little too much of that, and it's between the drinking and the eating. I kind of all go like all or nothing. Either I'm doing everything right, or I'm just like, whatever. Forget it. I've already messed up, What are your suggestions to moms or even dads that you see or adults that you see that are in that phase?
Well, so I think, twofold. I probably hear more that exactly that. They say, I need to cut back on calories, which is one of the big things, especially the holidays, because almost all of our beverages have a lot of calories. You pull out the eggnog or something, and it's that. So from a caloric reduction, but so from a party, can we cut back and scale back doing, have a water, then a wine, or a water, then a cocktail, so that you're still participating. Scaling back, we're not overdoing it. We always don't want to, drive home after we've had a few too many also.
For sure.
So utilizing our Uber services can be really good friends there. But so how do we scale back and look at that moderation there and just trying to see from a mindfulness standpoint, I think for all of us to kind of look at that.
Make sure it's not too much on the high end.
Yes.
And I think the holidays bring, for the moms, the stress, less sleep deprived. So those lead to sometimes not your best healthy options in terms of, binge eating, anything you see, or drinking. So I think de-stressing and keeping it at moderation probably helps with a lot of your choices as well.
It does. It really does.
That also leads into the thought process of getting sick over the holidays, right? True. If we're under a lot of stress, we're hosting family for 2 weeks during, this time. We're not sleeping as much. We're eating more sugar. We're maybe drinking a little bit more. Trying to make sure that we're keeping our bodies and our immune systems healthy during this season is kind of a big deal.
Yes.
Do you have specific suggestions as far as things to help keep your body strengthened?
Well, so first off, I'd say recommend everyone get their flu shot. So it's prime season to get that done. Bring your whole family in, get that done here now. But also then going back with the sleep. How do we make sure we still get a good night's rest? Plan ahead so that we say, all right, I got to get all these things done. So scheduling things in, drinking plenty of water, and then still just your general, just even multivitamin, just give any little thing we're missing here at the holiday with our choices. Still doing some of that to help keep our nutrition up.
A little disinfectant wipes around your desk, do the doorknobs and all of that.
Washing our hands, especially with the kids. It's like, man, they go back to school and it's like, what are you doing? Like, don't get near each other,
And of course, it's the time of year where those indoor play places are super popular. And I'm like, I just want to sanitize your whole body. You just know there's so many germs going in there.
That's so true.
Every mom just wants a hot minute to get a break. So go play, but then we're going to have to spray you down.
Or come home and just go to the shower and burn those clothes.
Oh my gosh, it's so true.
I feel like we just kind of scratched the surface on this topic. We are going to come back and talk about kind of the emotional parts of the holiday and our mental health. We'll be right back with more of the Moms Network. Stay tuned.
This episode of the Moms Network is brought to you in part by DuPage Medical Group. We care for you.